I've got quite a few questions. I start with Veronica Mkabela. And there are 4 things she wants to ask about: directions, instructions, diary, and the formal letter. So we start with, she just asks how to write directions or instructions. Now, I don't really understand what I'm being asked, but how do you write them? Well, you number them, do this, do that. Directions are usually to or from a place. So the question says, you are at A, give directions to your aunt who is at B on how to get to you at A. The kinds of things that they're looking for is they want very specific street names. They want turns. So say things like turn right, turn left. I have found that learners really don't know north, south, east, or west. So I would avoid that if I were you. They want landmarks. So you'd say something like, turn right into First Avenue, pass the church on your right, and turn left at the next robot. Something like that. That's what they're looking for. So turn left, turn right. Landmarks are fairly permanent features in the landscape. They want street names. I would have at least 3 landmarks: a post office, a petrol station, a school, things that are going to be there tomorrow. What else can I say about directions? They must obviously, whether you're writing directions or instructions, be logical and clear. And you're going to have command words: turn, go along, you will see X on your right, pass that. So command words. And instructions are very similar. You are telling somebody how to do something. So you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I like a full line open between each one, just to make sure that it looks nice on the page. Veronica, I'm not sure what the problem is. So is there anything more? What else did you want to ask? Or does that cover directions and instructions? Then we go to the diary entry. Right, now they usually give you 2 diary entries. So they say 1 before something happened and 1 after. Now, what is a diary? If you have practiced reflective writing in your creative writing, that's what this is about. So you need to imagine that you are going to reflect, think about an event, something that is going to happen or has happened, and you're going to describe your feelings about that, your thoughts, your responses. So if you are doing descriptive writing, you would simply describe something that is happening. So I am writing on the screen. I hope it is clear. As I get to I hope, it's becoming a bit more reflective. But if you reflect on this, you don't tell yourself, I am writing on the screen. You would reflect on it. I do find this writing quite challenging because, and then I would explain why. So because it needs to be neat, but I don't want to write so slowly that it takes up too much time. I am reflecting on this. Do you see here? I am telling you what I'm doing, and I'm telling you how I'm feeling. Here, I am not telling you I'm writing on the screen because I am reflecting on this. So I do find this writing on the screen challenging because, and so on. So you need to see the difference. So in a diary entry, you do not tell yourself, because remember, perhaps that's the first thing that I should have said. Remember, we always go to our gaps, our genre. We are doing the diary entry. Who is the audience? Me. The person writing, me. I'm my own audience. What is my purpose? To reflect. What is my style? Well, this is an exam, so semi-formal. You don't want to become so informal that it's inappropriate for an exam. All right, so don't say, but in a real diary I would do this. In a real friendly letter I would do that. This is not a real diary entry. These are not real friendly letters. These are not real interviews. These are not real dialogues. These are things that you construct to be read. So they are pieces of art. They are a piece of crafted text. So it's a little bit tricky because it's not real. We have criteria. You have a rubric. You're going to be assessed. But a diary entry is written for the person. So to come back to this, don't tell yourself something. Why? Because you already know it. So don't tell yourself what you know. You are going to describe, but you're going to describe how you react. A diary entry is a way of working through emotions. It's very therapeutic. It's very good for you. Your psychologist, your counselor will tell you, keep a diary. It's really good. It helps you express yourself, express your thoughts and your feelings. It's more like a blog than anything else. All right, so what do they ask you in the exam? As I said, they ask for two, one before and one after. So be very careful. Look at what they are telling you is the event, the happening. What happens? And you are going to look at how you feel before it happens and how you feel after it has happened. All right, so how do you set up this diary entry? Most people like to put the day and then the date. You can put the year if you want to as well. And then a lot of people just like some way to start. So, dear diary, You're writing to yourself. You're writing to this book. Dear diary. And then you will write the required number of words. So check how long your diary entry is. It's usually shorter transactional text. So you're looking at 80 to 120 words. So it really is, no, 80 to 100, hey. So it is quite short. So say to yourself, you can do 50 plus 50 or 60 plus 40 or the other way around. You write that diary entry. Then you leave a space and you write the next one. So if this one is written on Tuesday, November the 24th, the next one must be after it, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. When do you normally write the diary entry? You write it on the day. And you reflect on what happened on that day. So some people used to write a diary every single day, even if they wrote, not much happened, weather foul. But some people would like to write a diary only when they feel something important has happened or when they really want to express what they're thinking and feeling. For this one, you need to see if it says there's a birthday party, there is an exam, what are you doing before and after? So choose a day before and a day after. It can be the evening. So let's say this is the first one. It could be Wednesday, November the 25th, after whatever's happened on the Wednesday morning. All right. So Veronica, I hope that's helped. Again, give me some idea of what's causing a problem. Is it the number of words? And Mbali, you were wrong in that when you said we don't need a calculator for English. Yes, we do, because we need to think, okay, this is my mind map. How many words would this mind map create for that paragraph? And then I have to have a second paragraph of another. And how many words is this going to be? Is this one going to be approximately 40 words? Then this one could be approximately 60. Right, Veronica, I'm still with you. The last thing you've said is how to write a formal letter. I'm a little worried in that I think you think the most important thing about a formal letter is the format. And I'm not saying the format isn't important, but for me, what's really important is the content. But let's start with the address. So, this is your address. And remember what we said. Yes, well done, Becky. I see it right happening there. Okay, so it's street, suburb code, wait, don't forget the date. Okay, so street. Right, 14. What can you spell? First street. Can you spell first? Choose something you can spell. Oak, elm. Okay, then put a suburb. I'm going to put Berea, then the code, 2198, then the date. Right. Right, now, my student said to me, it's okay with the street suburb code. Now they wanted me to think about something which would help them remember the business address. And I was thinking about this during invigilation. And I'm trying to remember what I thought. Boss business box, I think, is what I came up with. So let's see if this will work. So the boss. Okay, so what am I don't know where to put this. You always write to a person. The manager. The editor. The manager. Right, then the business. So whatever the company is. So we're going to go with Tenfold. Then you have the box number. P.O. Box, and make up the numbers. 2, 4, 5, 9, 7. And then we need the code. No, we don't. Now we need the suburb. So let's say we say Johannesburg. So I need a boss, business, box, and then we need the code. let's say 2,000. So boss, business, box. I need a C. What's a C word for a place or a B word for a place? Ba. Okay, think about it. So we're trying to give you something that will help you remember this as well. So for your own address, street, suburb code, wait, don't forget the date. But now we need one for the business address. So if we go boss, business, box. Okay, then I need 2 zippy things. So that's your job. Could you please, by next week, give me 2 zippy things for here? So boss, business, box, da. Okay, right. Always you write to a person, the editor, then the newspaper or magazine, 10 Spark, whatever it is, then P.O. Box, exactly as before, 97843, Johannesburg, 2000. Right. Okay, guys, have you thought of anything yet? You're half asleep there. Kaketso, you need to wake up. Come along. Give me some help here. Boss, business, box, da. I need something zippy. Okay, all right. Hopeless. Hope everybody else is trying harder for me. Right, then you leave a whole line open. Formal letter. Dear Sir, and I will here allow the / madam. Then, does that look like an M? Then you need another line open. Then you need a subject line. What is it that you are writing this formal letter about? Line open. Then you need your paragraphs. So there's paragraph 1, line open. There's paragraph 2, line open. And there's paragraph 3. How do you sign it off? Line open. Now, a formal letter is yours faithfully. Then you sign it, and then you print your name. All right, so, and that's, Veronica, that's the format. And yes, there are, well, part of the rubric says the format. Remember, if you go to your gaps, genre, audience, purpose, style, part of the style is the format. But Veronica, far more important is what is the content of this letter. Because if you look at your rubrics, whether you're home language or FAL, let's not worry so much about the marks because the marks differ slightly. But what you've got is like down here is not achieved. This is, oh my gosh, this child was meant to write a speech and wrote a letter instead. Then here you've got elementary, which is, gosh, this is bad. And then we've got the moderate, and this is where most students happily fall. But you don't want to be in the moderate. You want to be in the skillful or in the exceptional category. So you want to, what you should be asking, Veronica, is how do I get from moderate to skillful or skillful to exceptional? And that is not on the format. That's on the content. And here I'm speaking specifically about content, but remember as well that you've also got language and style. So you are also evaluated. But again, it's so easy to get half marks, 50% for language and style. It's really easy to get half marks, the D category, C. This is, this category. This is usually fairly easy to get into that. Because most people, the child knows it's a letter, so it's not down there. And this is sort of no ideas, absolutely off the topic down here. Well, no, it's got some ideas. And some ideas are actually on the topic, and some ideas are developed, it's in the moderate category. So that's not the difficulty. The difficulty is planning a letter that is good enough to get into the skillful category. And once you're in skillful, you're usually on your way to exceptional. So I'm interested, Veronica, in what your issues were. So if you could get back to me on those 4 things, directions, instructions, diary, and formal letter, and tell me what the problems are.